Welcome to another Thursday Live brought to you by Female Ministers. Even good evening, everyone, and welcome to another powerful Thursday Live brought to you by Female Ministers. Even I am truly super excited about today's conversation. Wow! Now, because this topic rather is one of the most sensitive, important stages in a child's life. And tonight we'll be discussing supporting your child through puberty, walking your child through the transition years. And welcome. This is Female Ministers Haven, and who is here? Shout out to all our audience who is here, who can see me, who can hear me. And as you're joining us, do us a favor, go ahead and share the link, put it in the comments that you have shared the link. And so I'm looking forward to have you bring other women to be here with us. So go ahead, bring other women, tell them that we are live. They have been waiting for Thursday live, and yes, we are here. So why are you watching us alone? Bring other women to join us, okay? Don't mind the past was trying to try us this evening, but we are here. All right, so do us a favor, bring your community to be here and type dun when you're here. I want to see you. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad that you can see me and you can hear me. Thank you once again. Welcome, super welcome to everyone. Go to the community for our community member. Go to the community and shout and say, hey, you are not here yet. You need to join us. We are live. 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 I know that was that. We are live. Oh, come and join us because you're missing already. Please, I don't understand all these things that are rotating on the screen. It's not my handwriting. I have no idea. I don't have an idea of what's that. I don't have an idea of that. So I'm trying to see what's bringing this. Please. We are not protesting anyway. There's no rioting here. All right. So bring everyone that needs to be here. Tell them that we are live, please. I don't know what is appearing on my screen, but please, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in all of that. So, trying to, I'm trying to stop all of this. Okay. And yes, it's another beautiful Thursday live. And man, I'm super excited. Our speaker is here. We don't need to waste a lot of time. Our speaker is already here. So it's just time for us to go straight into the conversation. And why are you still here and you're here to share the link with someone? Please go ahead and bring someone here. I want to see you saying, yes, I have shared the link. I have shared the link. I have shared the link. I need everyone to be here too as well. So bring everyone on board. We are live. Put a shout out there. We are live and ensure that your sisters are here. Okay, bring your community members here. Tell them you don't have to miss this session. Bring them here. Bring your besties, like I always say. Don't come here alone. Today's conversation is quite sensitive. And I told those in our community, I said both single and married, you have to be part of today's conversation. You have to join us. It's very important. It's not just for those that are mothers already. I'm sure you have siblings that are teenagers, you have friends, you have families, you have, someone that needs to hear this. Bring them and tell them to be part of tonight's conversation. Thank you once again. Thank you once again. So I want to see you type done when you have done that. So type done. I want to see the done in the comment section. I want to see the done in the comment section. All right. While we just get other people to join us because today the pastors cannot stop us. The pastors can't stop us, and that's why we are here. In 10 seconds we should be here. We should just continue. All right. In 10 seconds we should continue. So I'm waiting for you to confirm that you have shared with your buddies and your besties and all your friends that you know. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you, sweet Holy Spirit. We thank you for tonight. We give you all the praise and we worship you. Let your name be glorified. We ask that you have your way tonight. Let this conversation be a blessing to us. And Lord, take the glory. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen. And yes, I'm so delighted to be here. There are some conversations that, might not make sense to some people, but when they are being shared, they understand why those conversation had to come by. And that's something about this conversation tonight. And I'm so looking forward to learning, all right, because really this is one area that I also need to learn from. All right. So I'm looking forward to learning. I'm looking forward to, yeah, thank you to those that have shared. We are grateful to you. So I'm looking forward to learning, all right. And this is one conversation that every parent, every mother should take or put into consideration. Walking your child through their transitioning year is very sensitive, and I could remember, you know, my personal experience, okay, as a teenager, and also now that I have preteens, all right, and I've been able to speak with few parents that this is like one of the struggles that they are facing currently in their parenting journey. So many parents were never taught how to navigate this phase. Some grew up in homes where different conversations were avoided, especially conversations like this. Others were corrected without understanding. But today we want to create awareness. We want to provide guardians. We want to help parents to become safer, wiser, and more intentional about supporting their children through puberty age. So now I'll just introduce our guest um while because she's been here, all right, in the studio already. I'll just do an intro of our guest while I bring her to join us. Esther Moloko, I'm praying that I got that right, is an author, a speaker, and a certified adolescent counselor, a teen coach, and father movement advocate. She is the founder of the Fathered Girls Foundation, where she uses her story to empower young ladies and women who grew up without father involvement to move from the emotional wound of an absentee father to healing and identity rediscovery. She is also the founder of the Nurturers Help, an organization that supports young people in building healthy self esteem and confidence. Esther Moloko is also a wife and the mother of three amazing children. Please, family, let's make welcome with me. A sister that I cherish so much. Thank you so much for being here. Good evening to you. God bless you. Thank you for joining
Good
us tonight.
evening. Thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
so much
I
for
believe you
having
can hear
me.
me. I believe you can hear me, right?
Yes, I
I
can
believe
hear
you can
you.
hear me. All right. This is
Can
fine.
you hear you?
You're
Can you
looking
hear
so
me?
beautiful. No. Yes, I can.
Thank
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for making yourself
thank
available.
you.
And your smile is your smile for me. So when my husband saw the name, my husband said, this name sounds like a Deltan, like your surname. Is she a Deltan? Is she from
Okay.
Ubuluku specifically?
No.
I said, I don't know. That's he said there's this small local in Ubuluku family that he knows. So I was like, I'm sure it's a Deltan, but I'm not sure where she came from. Good to have you here. We are super grateful to have you
Thank
share with
you.
us tonight on this topic. The audience are welcoming you. Please, let's have more of the welcome. Else,
Thank
I'll just tell her to go
you.
and chill out. I'm sure she has had a great day ahead. All right. So if the welcoming is not welcoming, I'll just tell her to go and rest. Thank you so much. We are
Thank
super
you.
delighted to have you join Female Ministers Heaven to share. And we are looking forward to learn and unpack a lot from the wisdom you have. You have the floor, sis. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. I must say I appreciate this opportunity to share. I appreciate this opportunity to be here with you and the amazing people who are on this call this evening. Boys, I'm sincerely inviting you for being this class. God bless you so much. And yes, I must say, you are doing amazing work. And trust me, this space is quite unique. And God actually um, need warriors and a warrior like you to actually bring our daughters to into the fullness of everything that he has planned for them. So I appreciate you. I appreciate the work you are doing. I appreciate each and every one of us that are in this call tonight. Okay, so I believe at this point my time I've started reading. So I need to get into what we have for tonight. So just like you mentioned, we'll be discussing the next few minutes on the topic supporting your child through puberty. Supporting your child through puberty. That's what we'll be looking at tonight, just like our sister have already um, introduced the topic. So here are a few things we'll be looking at. We'll be looking at the definition of puberty. We'll be looking at when puberty begins. We'll be looking at types of changes during puberty. We'll be looking at why this topic is important. Then we'll be looking at when to start this conversation. And then we'll finally look at things to note before starting this conversation. But before I get into it, I want to start by sharing a story that I can't remember how many times I've shared it because that is the entrance point um, for me into looking into this very topic. If that's correct, if that's correct, it kind of an opening phase where I came to an awareness of what is going on in the family system and what our parents, most of our parents, um, has been dealing with. So I had a privilege to sit with few young ladies, and these girls are between the ages of 8 to 10. So they are in year 4, which is primary 4 to 6. So we started a conversation and I asked them a simple question. Please confirm if you can still hear me. Can you hear me? All right. So I asked them a simple question, and that question was, what is puberty? And when I asked that question, none of them was able to define it. You were like, Auntie, what is that? Ah, what's that? I've not heard this word before. This or that one. So okay. I'll move closer to what I believe most parents can easily communicate to their children. So I asked them what is menstruation. And over 10 to 12 girls that I was sitting with at that point, none of them were able to give me a good, tangible definition of what puberty is, menstruation is all about. It was only one that said something, and what she said is that menstruation, is it that thing that my daddy said there'll be a time when blood will start coming out of your private parts? Okay, at least you have an idea of what it's all about. And then when I started um talking, because I kind of, it was obvious to me that there is a gap here and I needed to, say something to them. So as I started that conversation, then come and hear stories. One now said, Auntie, because at that point I was teaching. So when I said, Auntie, my mommy used to press my breast with broom. Yes, every morning she would press my breast with broom. I was like, what? What I said, my own is not,
Are you
auntie, my own is
serious?
not broom.
Are you
I
serious?
was like,
Like,
"Auntie." no broom. My mom used to press spoon. My mom used spoon. She uses spoon to press my breast.
Ah,
Yes. Honestly,
ah,
it was one of the most shocking day of
hmm,
my life because I was like, I mean, in this 21st century, that experience changed a whole lot for me. Okay. So that's why I'm kind of passionate about puberty education,
wow.
right? Because of um this starting point and the things I have actually seen, trying
Hmm,
to push this message. Okay, so let's talk about why this topic is important to us. Because of my time, I'm going to be just mentioning maybe five of it. Number one is most parents lack proper information about puberty. Most parents, the only thing they know about puberty is menstruation. If they can
hmm,
just communicate that menstruation, if they can just communicate it, they are good. But puberty is more than menstruation. And by the time we are done this night, you will be able to discover what I'm telling you. Number two is that most parents are confused about what to teach. Of course, that's a kind of a continuation of the first one. So because menstruation is kind of the most physical one. I don't want to say the most physical because there's a lot of it, but it's the one that it's maybe to some extent easier to say if that's the word. So they just focus on that. So that's number two. Number three is that most parents are afraid of corrupting their children's innocency. They don't want to corrupt their like to them if I talk about this thing now, the child will start this child will know what he or she is not supposed to know. However, you will agree with me on a daily basis, children are being exposed. Even if you are not telling them, do you know the conversation they are having in school? The person they are sitting with, do you know who is the person? Do you know the kind of value they have at home? So it's for you to know that you being afraid that you are corrupting your child's innocency is an erroneous behavior, like belief rather, is an error, right? Because it's even good that you are the first person to mention that particular thing, this particular topic, because the law of first mention says that when a person, the way a child or an individual learns a particular thing will influence every other knowledge that will come afterwards. So it's even better that you are the first person they are hearing this topic from. You are the first person to say that thing that you are running away from. Do you get? So the next thing is, I believe it's number four, is that most parents don't know how to start this conversation.
That's number
Honestly,
three,
some
I
of
guess.
them know what to say. They are just afraid. They don't know what to say. Like they don't know how to say what they want to say. You get? They are afraid to start the conversation. Another one is that most parents are afraid of their children's growth, especially those that have girls. When you eventually find out that your girls is just shooting growth like any other thing, there's this fear that comes with it. There's this fear that comes with it. You get? And parents are afraid that how my child is overgrowing, or how am I going to hold this children? How am I going to hold this child? You get? I mean, there's a lot of things that comes with children having precocious puberty. You get? But still, you are still the most trusted person that should step into that place to educate and guide them before anybody should do that. So now, what is puberty? When we talk about puberty, what is puberty? Puberty is simply when a child's body begins to change, begins to um, change or develop as they transition into adulthood. So it is a time when a child goes through a certain changes to reach their their sexual maturity. Every one of us went through puberty. And you agree with me that there was a gap or there is a gap. You get, I mean, some of our parents are now trying, right? Compared to those. So there was a gap, a lot of gap when we grew up. So we understand what puberty is all about. It's just a child moving from childhood into adulthood. Okay. The word puberty comes from the word the age of maturity, which refers that this is a time when the body begins to develop. This is the time when the body is going into maturity. All right. So now, when does puberty start? When can you say if this is the time that puberty begins in the life of a child? According to research, I mean, not the recent research, like over time, and maybe up to like 5 to 10 years ago, they believe that puberty starts for a girl. It starts from the ages of 8. Then for a boy, it starts at the age of 9. That a boy is 9, then a girl is 8. But me and you can agree that currently that gap have shifted. A child of 6 years old have started puberty. And when I mention puberty, it's not the breast actually coming out and menstruation and all that. I mean, in fact, there was a research I stumbled on some time ago. A 5-year-old child was found with a baby. She became pregnant. The child was pregnant, 5 years old. I honestly to date, I don't know how the thing happened. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell. But it is the real story. You get. So the gap have shifted, has shifted, you know, in no small way. That is even the reason why we as parents, we actually need to level up this conversation, or rather be more proactive when it comes to this conversation, because the gap, if you are waiting for your child to menstruate before you start conversation, trust me, you are already late. You are already late when you are maybe decided that it's until this child starts education, that's when I'll start the conversation. You're already late. You get. So thank God for this session. At least by now you'll be able to know that, oh, I need to start it before I even start seeing any changes. All right. So however, there are two types of, okay, I also want to mention this, that before puberty actually starts showing up, before you start seeing your child breast, the burden of breast, what hair, pubic hair, and all that, for like 6 months to 2 years, inside her brain or his brain, the chemical in charge of this growth, these changes, it has activated inside the brain. So what it means is that when you start seeing her breast coming on small, small, that's not when puberty has started. Puberty maybe have started like 6 months back or 2 years back. So the brain, first of all, sorry, the brain first of all activate the chemical in the brain to start these changes before the actual changes start happening. So you need to get that. So when you are seeing the changes, that's not when you have started. It started long time ago before the one you are seeing. All right. So having said that, there are two types of um, puberty or puberty development. Number one is delayed or delayed puberty, while the other one is the precocious puberty or early puberty. Precocious puberty is basically when a child, begins to grow beyond their age. For like example, when you see maybe like 8 year old, I've had a story of 8 years old menstruating. You get 8 years old. It's purely precocious puberty. It's an early puberty. You get, so that's early puberty. Then there is also the late puberty. And you may be asking, what is it that can cause early puberty? I'm going to be mentioning 5 things. Number one is genetic. If you as a mother, you had early puberty, there's no way your child will escape it unless maybe there's a mix up in the genetic, right? That maybe there are some people that has late puberty and then maybe your mother or your great grandmother, something like that, if there is a mix up. But if it is something that is parallel, it will affect that child. Number two is obesity. When a child has excessive estrogen level in their body, it will activate it because estrogen is one of the chemicals or hormones that is being activated before the puberty changes start happening. So the next one is exposure to external hormones in creams, medications, and other things, maybe chemicals that got erupted somewhere. It can activate that. That's number three, right? So the next one is hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalances, excessive estrogen for girl or testosterone, disorder when something is just wrong somewhere. Okay. So the next one is high um diet, calorie diet, excessive nutrition, excess nutrition can as well speed up puberty. And then the last one is stress. Stress can as well cause it. Okay, so now when it comes to delayed puberty, another thing I also want to mention is, okay, let me leave that. When it comes to delayed puberty, genetic is part of it. What can stop it, right? Or delay it? Chronic illness, malnutrition, hormonal disorder, excessive physical activity can as well stop or delay it. Okay, so the bedrock of the summary of these things is when you find out that your child is actually, you know, having precocious puberty, the child is growing very, very fast. Just take this, visit the hospital and make sure that everything is okay. Same thing when he or she has delayed puberty. I mean, when I mean delayed puberty, maybe like 11 years, 12 years, 13 years, nothing is showing. No, nothing, 14, 15, everything is okay. All right. So let's talk about the change now. Please, I would
Good.
like you to
Yeah.
keep me on track.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I will. I will. All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you. So let's talk about the changes that
Enjoying the
happen to.
conversation. We are just soaking it in. So it's not even telling us if the time is,
Thank you.
you know.
So um there are different levels of changes that happen during puberty. That's the honest truth. That the mental change, there's emotional change, social changes, but this is also a very would I call it religious change? Maybe I should call it moral changes too. Because this is also a period of time when the child is making sense out of their world. Because you know that puberty stage or puberty leads, it starts from 6, 7, 8, depending on the child. Then it will now bring them into adolescent stage or years and all that. So if you bring them into adolescent, what's it called? Teenage years and all that. So This season is there's a lot of things going on. So aside I'm going to be mentioning now, a lot of changes going on. This is the time when the child is trying to make sense of let's pray every night. Why would I pray? You get you want to understand you're not it's not the only thing that is holding them. They need to discover God for themselves. They need that encounter for themselves. They need to know the reasons behind the rules and regulations. So at this point, their brain is having more capacity. So they are not just the one who you will tell, okay, this is something they want to this is something that is happening somewhere. You want to know, okay, so what happened? Like, what's the like, okay, so you know, want to make sense out of everything you get. So aside from these changes I'm going to be mentioning now, there are other changes happening. Just know that this is a wonderful period, and it's a time that a lot of things are just going on. And another thing I also want to mention is this. According to science, it has been discovered that a child's brain, especially the prefrontal cortex, which is in charge of organization, coordinations, and everything, is still under development. That part of their brain that will help them to coordinate and put things in perspectives and other things is still under development. You get now the part of their brain that is in charge of emotion eh, has long developed, like is a completed building. That is why a lot of a lot of decisions that teenagers take is basically most of the time is based on their emotion. You get because that part of the brain is completed, and the prefrontal that's supposed to balance this thing is still coming up. That's where you as parent comes in. That's where mentors comes in. That's where coaches comes in. You help them to see things that they are not seeing, that their emotion has overshadowed. So the three types of changes I'm going to be mentioning. Number one is the physical changes we know. For girls, breasts, growth, sprouts, under hair, hip widening, menstruation, name it, skin changes, acne on their faces, and all that. Now, for boys, because when we talk about this puberty, most of the time it's usually girl focused. Me, I believe it's because girls' development is more vocal. You don't need to check whether a girl is growing or is having puberty. Once you turn, everything will show that the child is growing. But a boy, ah, there has to be an extra checkup to make sure that everything is fine. You get. So for a boy, growth of testicles and penix, growth of pubic hair, facial and hair, underarm hair, voice deepening, muscles growth, height, acne, increased sweat and body odor. Now I was saying something. I was having this conversation with some parents and I told them something. Some boys, even I saw it with my young one. Some boys wakes up in the morning, and please, if you have a boy and you're listening to me, that child is still young. You really want to have a deep conversation with that child. Sometimes you feel like it's only girls that are boys too has issues when it comes to their growth and development. A boy wakes up in the morning and the penix is up. The child is wondering what is wrong with me. The child is pushing the penix down. You need to let that child know that this thing is normal. It's part of your growth. The child wakes up and she finds out that he finds out that it seems like he urinated during sleep. That is wet dream. You need to make that child know that this is wet dream. You get it's part of your growth. They need to know. But when you don't think that, they'll actually be confused. They'll be confused and they'll be dying in shame and silence. They may not even know how to tell you. You get. So it's very, very important that we mention that. So let's go back to the emotional changes. Emotional changes including mood swings. Sometimes you're wondering, your child is happy today, this morning, in the afternoon, she already turned tiger, and you're wondering what is happening. All of a sudden, emotional bursts happen everywhere. Honestly, this is part of it. Oh.
Exactly. Are you still there? Can you still hear me? Oh Lord, somebody's already reacting to it and
In
saying
fact,
her
it should be,
son.
it's part of the
Can you still hear
earliest
me,
signs.
please? Are
Okay,
you
okay.
okay? You're back.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can
it
hear you
was
now.
all right. That's good.
So
All right.
So there's heightened sensitivity at this point. Small thing, they already wonder who is looking at me. Sometimes I think nobody's looking at you. I used to tell them, the young people, see, nobody's looking at you. That's the honest truth. Oh. Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody they look you.
Mm.
But today,
Mm.
everybody's looking at them. Oh. Everybody is looking at them.
There's a very big screen where the world is
Telling
using to look at them.
I'm telling you. So
Oh my
that's
God.
part of the emotional change. Then another thing is crushing, like romantic feeling or crushing towards the opposite sex. In fact, this one, you may be wondering, you're 6 years old, find out the 6 years old is liking somebody in their class. So
Oh
just go
my
and
God.
ask him. Go and ask. You find out in
Parents
school.
parents
And
don't want to
trust
hear
me,
this part,
And trust
but
me,
they'll be
it's
all
not
right.
there's nothing, yeah, and there's nothing sexual about it. Nothing sexual about it. This is part of
Exactly.
their growth. It's part of it. So that's why you have to be on ground though. You have to be like you need to be there with them. They need to know that
Mm.
this is there's nothing wrong with it, right? That's where your
Yeah.
guidance comes in. You get. So it's important that we mention this. It's important. At this point, they also want they will begin to ask for independence, like they want to, solve things for themselves, they want to do things for themselves. They won't even want to pay school fees for themselves. I hear a young boy telling me, Auntie, I want to start paying school fees for myself. And I say, no problem.
Responsibility mentality begins to set in.
Yes, yes. And trust me, that,
Oh
that
my God.
responsibility, that sense of responsibility is not still wrong. That desire to make their
Mm.
own money is not wrong
Mm.
at all. It's not wrong. But it has to be guided as parents. You need to
Yeah.
help them to
Yeah,
guide
that's
it.
it.
So that it will be,
Guided.
so that
Yeah.
it will be productive. Everybody wants to make money, right? So we
Mm.
guiding them, we help channel that zeal and desire in the right place. That's where you
Mm.
see young entrepreneurs, they want to make something, they want to sell something. So it's
Mm.
not a wrong desire at all. So the social changes, desire for privacy and personal space. Sometimes when your children comes to tell you, mommy, this thing happened, this one happened in the school. Sometimes they are not actually telling you those things for you to fix the problem. Oh,
Mm.
honestly. Sometimes they just want you to hear. You just be doing, okay, oh yeah. No, that's the only thing. Because once you switch into that teaching mode, eh, you may end up it causing more problem. You get. So we need to understand that because in as much as they are coming to gist you, give you all those gist, their relationship is important to them. Oh. Is
Yeah.
very, very important to them. So anything you said, you are trying to kill that vibe, you're trying to kill something, and they will not buy into it. So still, our responsibility is guidance, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Another one is peer relationship becomes very important. At this point, your your um your opinion is seen, or rather is measured, or rather is scanned through their friends viewpoints.
Mm.
However, However, you still need to know that you are the most important voice in the life of your child. I think I'm taking a lot of time here. So interest in intimate relationship, here they want to, experiment, learning social skills, cooperation. They want to they start having issue with their this thing is your responsibility at this point to teach them conflict resolution, awareness of social status and acceptance among friends. Why is this thing important for us to teach our children? I'm rushing through it now. Children to understand their body. Some of us we didn't even
Mm.
know what a friend told me that it was when she was it was when she was hawking that it was when she was hawking that she got to know that one of the days the mom asked her to go sell something on the street. So as she was doing that and she was hawking, that was when her menstruation started coming out.
Oh,
Me, I can still remember that it was when I was playing with my friends that all of a sudden I saw one thing there. You get so in fact a good number of girls, so a good number of girls is seeing or saw their menstruation in the school.
oh,
A good number of them. That is when that is the place they were when their first menstruation, started
mm,
coming. So it's important for us to prepare them ahead of time so they will understand their body and know what to expect. So the next one is reduce fear and confusion. It promotes healthy self-esteem. So when someone comes teasing a child that they are getting big or something, the child doesn't have to he or she will not have to, internalize that
mm,
word because of
mm.
what? Because somebody have already educated them that this is part of it. The next one is encourages good hygiene and self-care, and then help them manage emotional changes. When do you have to start this conversation? We are this is the last, okay, second to the last point. The number one is when you have to start early. I mean, as early as 5 years old. If you can even start before then, maybe four, is beautiful, right? But at this point, you don't start with all this big, big grammar. You start with them with simple and age-appropriate conversation about body parts, body changes. Okay, it's something very simple. Something like, for example, you are growing in your compound, or maybe you come across a small plant and all that. You can just have a little conversation around it. So we start with helping her, he or she, to understand the body from head to toe. So the next one is, as the child gets older, 7 years, 6, 7 years, you start telling them that at that point that different type of body changes. At this point, they should know that there will be a time when their breasts will bud, when they will grow like a tree. A tree is small today, tomorrow they have is grown, started bearing fruits. Use those little analogies around you to talk about that there will be a time when they will, begin to change from childhood into adulthood. They will no longer be a small child again. This conversation helps them. And then as they get to 8 and above, the conversation becomes more detailed at this point. Okay. So let me quickly look at what to teach, because there's this ebook I have. Is a comparison of recommended topics for puberty, age appropriate, what to teach between 4 to 5, between 6 to like that, till when that child is old enough. Okay,
Okay.
so
Do
let's
you have
look
a
at.
copy of that book? Do you have a copy of the book?
No, it's an
Do you have
ebook. It's not. It's
Okay.
not
Oh,
really.
yeah, an ebook. Okay. All right. So you will
Yes.
share with us how to get it so that we can also put it in
Okay,
our comment.
no problem.
All right,
So
ma'am.
age appropriate, like for 4 to 5, you start with my how it is okay for them to be a boy or a girl. You start at this
Mm.
point also to let them know about their body parts, okay? Help them to
Yeah.
understand their private and their public. Now, another thing you also want to teach them at this point is body safety, all
Mm.
right? Teach them trusted adults, safe place to play, red flag when someone is playing. So this is kind of a fundamentals. You let them know. At this point, you also teach them personal hygiene basics too. You teach them how to name their emotion. I think this very age, I think 2 to 5 thereabouts, is a window opportunity to teach children about emotional management. So if we can get them at this point to understand their emotion, name their emotion, and regulate it, by the time they get into adulthood or teenagehood and all that, it will not be a big deal. So the next one is environmental awareness. They want to know where they are playing. They shouldn't play when it is just them and their, and the certain or one friend. Okay. They should make sure that wherever they are playing, other people should also be there. If they are afraid, their friends, their teachers, someone should be around. All right. So toilet rules, they shouldn't be in the toilet when someone shouldn't be in the toilet, and then they walk into it. All those kind of um, little topics that will prepare them for the main thing. So let me quickly talk about which is the last point for tonight before any other thing we'll be doing is things you need to know before you actually start this conversation. Number one is you need to normalize puberty conversation and be open for curious questions. They will ask you, Mommy, where you are giving birth to us, where did the baby come from? Like, did you poo-poo the baby? And be what? They want to
Oh
know,
my God.
right? So they need to normalize conversations. In fact, they need to, in fact, so, like, I'm giving us an assignment. I'm giving us an assignment. After this conversation, meet your children. Tell them that you are available to listen to anything that they want to say,
Mm.
that you are here for them. They can talk to you about anything,
Mm.
angry with them. You will not
Mm.
beat them, that you are here to listen. You see that assurance? You see that assurance is a very big thing. So tonight,
Yeah.
once you are done with calling, or if you can call them one after the other, but just tell them that they can trust you with anything. They can talk to you about anything. So normalize the conversation. Now, provide accurate and age appropriate information. Provide accurate. Instead of giving misinformation, tell them they should just give you time to research about it. Or, okay, yeah, they should just give you time to, then after your research, you can then come. So the next one is avoid one-off conversation. Puberty conversation is not one-off. Nothing like that. Sit down, Emeka. Today I'm telling you everything I need to tell you. This is that. You now run through everything. You don't run through everything. And then she be you hear me. I don't talk my own. Oh. I don't talk
Oh
my own. Oh. If you like, do whatever you want. Mama, no. Not how. That's not how you should do it, please. Bit
God.
by bit,
This your
bit by
gesture
bit.
just reminds me of a Nollywood movie. Oh my
So,
God.
so tell them. So, places you can actually talk about these things. Maybe when you people are maybe washing of underwears is a time to chip it in. When you are watching movie, is a time to chip it in. Maybe there's something that happened there, right? That talks about maybe growing up or puberty or thereabouts. You chip it in. When they see you with pad, it's not time to hide it. You
Mm.
chip it in. My son
Mm.
knows that whenever I carry pad like this, it has started. Whenever he
Mm.
sees pad around, maybe I'm trying to dispose or he sees that I bought it or something. Mommy. And trust me, you may find, let me even say this, you may think that your boys doesn't need to know all these things. They actually
Mm.
need to know,
Yeah.
honestly, because you don't know who they will be saving tomorrow.
Mm.
Let me share something with us. So I started having this conversation with my child as early as 7. We talked about pornography and all. He's 10 now. So we started early, like telling him all these things and all that. So one day he came back. Honestly, I didn't know. So, but I know that I'm just sharing knowledge. Just make sure you know these things so that when you see it, you know what to do, how to handle it, and all that. So he come back one day and told me that there is one of his friends that when we were having conversation, that the small boy told him, it's like the boy maybe watched pornographic film or something, and then the thing kept replaying. I don't know, but something like that,
Mhm.
sha. So he said he told the boy the things I shared with him, how to deal with it, talking
Mm.
about it, thinking, changing your thoughts instead of settling with it and all that. So he said he shared everything with the boy. And then that was a weekend. Then when the boy returns on Monday, the boy said the boy came to him and was thanking him. He said, thank you for sharing that knowledge with me. I tried
Mm.
those things you said, and it works with me. It works
Mm.
for me. So what am I?
Mm.
So when you don't know when your boy sees hard, please don't say go and drop it, get her. This is girl's thing. No, it should also be a boy thing. Yes, because you don't know how that child can stand up for somebody who will be bullied just because they are seeing a girl that is will be bullied because they are just seeing this thing, right? They
Mm.
should know.
Mm. That's
Okay,
true.
they may not
Yeah.
know as the girl should know, but at least there should be an understanding. And the same thing the girls too. The same thing the girls too. The girls should know
True.
what is going on in the boy's body, right?
Mm.
So that
Yeah.
it's a way for them to also protect themselves.
Yeah.
So when they see inappropriate pictures, it's a time to talk about it. When you visit newborn baby, it's a time to talk. So whatever it is that it has to do with this thing, just chip it in. It may not be a long sermon, but something small, right? So
Mm.
another one is empower them with knowledge. I think I've already said that too. Empower them with knowledge. Let them know. You self know. Expose yourself to some certain understanding that will help you. Okay.
Yeah.
The next one is help her to process her emotion. This season is the emotional day, like emotional thing. You will get her today, tomorrow she's just here and there. But if you can help her to learn how to manage her emotions, journaling, affirmation, talking about what they are feeling and all that, we help them. It will help them to process their emotion. And when you are not there, they know what to do. So the next one is okay, this one
I'll have
for
I'll have to just give you 1 minute to just round up because I know
thank
you
you,
have a lot. This topic is quite
thank you.
much. It's not something we can cover in a day. I understand.
So for 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 mommies that are here, you see your girl child, her growth and development should not be only your matter. Her daddy should also have a part to play. It has been discovered that when a father is involved in the growth and development of the child of the daughter, it's a lot easier for that child to navigate adolescence and their growth and development. Please, it's important that we mention that. So, lastly, is don't be afraid to start. This is not
Mm.
about being perfect. It's not about being perfect. You don't have to, have all the 25 topics to start. Start with the
Mm.
ones you know. From the
Exactly.
known to the unknown. Start with what you know, from the known to unknown, right? The one you don't know, the one you don't know, get videos, watch the video, make sure that the content is okay. Then bring it. People should watch it and then you analyze it because it's very, very important. Lastly, is that let me end with this story. So I've always been telling my children that Father Christmas is not real. and they said it's a lie, that I'm lying. I said, but Christmas is not real. You know what ended the argument? We went online, we searched for it, they watched the video where the history was unveiled, how it came about. And trust me, till tomorrow, they are the one evangelizing me that is not real. So, so, so there are some things that what you just need is little research,
Yeah.
videos, and you are done. You don't. Okay? So most of us grew without any guidance of our growth and development.
Mm,
A lot of us grew without any.
mm,
So now you have known, you don't want to leave your child to stumble into growth and development just the way we did.
mm.
So you want to do something different. And I celebrate each and every one of us that are in this conversation tonight, because being here shows that you really want to do it different. And I'm urging you to go, and all children other children are around you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Amaka-Virtue. God
Oh,
bless you.
wonderful. Thank you so much for bringing clarity to this issue. Trust me, we can be here and still talking about this conversation because I'm sure there's a whole lot to talk about. And parents listening here tonight, you should also take note of all the things that she has shared. And we want to say thank you. I'll just ask one question. I don't know if our audience have any question. Please, if you have question, we'll be looking at the comment section to see your comments. I mean, or see your question rather. But let me just ask you one question. Because parents struggle to understand the emotional changes that happen during puberty. Can you still hear me? Parents struggle to understand the
I hear
emotional
you now.
changes that happen during puberty, and so I want to just say, what are some common mistake parents make while trying to correct or guide their children through poverty? What are the common mistakes you feel we need to talk about that parents often make when they want to guide their child through poverty? Like one parent is saying shouting here, beating and all, you know. I don't know. What's the approach?
Okay.
This conversation
So,
is a serious one.
so one of the mistakes I've seen parents make. In fact, I think when I started, I kind of touched on this question. But however, one of the mistakes I've seen parents make is overreacting,
Mm,
overreacting when they, see things that
my laptop.
normally it is puberty that brought this. Then you react. Let me share something with you. Do you know that I told my little girl about something? I told her you can always share anything with daddy, and he said you can always talk to him and all that. She now said, and I said, yes. That even if you cannot talk to me, you can talk to him. She now said, Mommy, I'm going to test him. I'll just share small thing with him. I will not test him. Then I will find out how he will react. That will now determine if I will keep sharing something with him. If I tell you that I was, I know that teenagers don't do that. Teenagers does that. Yeah, they do that. But I mean, she's still going into preteen. So when children comes to you and they said, Mommy or Daddy, this is what happened. You say, yay, hey, you started shouting. You are making drama. You are acting drama. What you are doing is you are pushing them away. Once you make that expression, you are telling them you are not capable to handle that situation. That's what you are telling them. Please, can you still hear me? So you are telling them that you are
Yeah.
not capable. You are saying that you are not capable to handle that situation. And as a result of that, they will move. They will move. So instead of when they share something with you that you feel that you are not like is a lot, hold yourself. Try as much as possible not to make any expression. Let him know. You see that expression you want to allow them to leave. If not shout, you can now shout it, but not in their presence. Okay, so that's one of the mistakes I've seen parents to make. The next one is that I've seen parents. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? So, just like I
Yes.
told us initially in the beginning, don't think that's number two. Some parents feel that when they tell their children about all these things, they are corrupting them. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. You are the first person that should bring them to this notice, like expose to them what is happening to them. It's so important. Then lastly, I've also seen parents. Okay. Lastly, I want to say this. If you feel that you don't the information you have is not appropriate, or rather is not is not is not rich enough, let me use that word. It's better to correct ignorance than to correct than to help a child unlearn and relearn what have already been taught. So instead of giving them what is wrong, you want to sit back and make sure and verify the information you are giving before you hand them over to them, because they will always wrong with it. So when they come to you with knowledge that maybe question, you want to tell them, just tell them. You don't need to be ashamed of anything. Tell them, just give me to the end of today to research about this, and I will get back to you. Because they need, especially when those of us that have bigger children, adolescents, teenagers, they want beyond what you say. They want to see proof. So at that point, you want to use statistics, you want to use video, just like I mentioned, and other tools to make sure that the information you are giving is well established. And when your child, bring up something that you feel it is out of place and all that, please make sure you digest that thing first before you react or give solution. Because for example, one of the things I used to ask teenagers then when I want to talk to their parents is, if your mommy or daddy hear this, what would they do? They say my parents will kill me. Or so instead of your reaction, like I said, is very, very important. So when your child does something or do something that is out of place, especially that has to do with their growth and development, your emotion first, handling it, and then coming back to that incident is very important. Because once you didn't handle it well, it can cause other things. So you want to calm yourself down. If you have to share with a friend and then shout with that friend and then cry with that friend, do all those drama with someone before coming back. Thank you so much. And I hope I was able to answer that question.
Oh, yes, you were. Thank you so much. So there's a question on the screen. Let me read it out. My question is, how do I make my 4 year old child, son or boy, to be free with me? Especially discussing things that happen in school. He doesn't talk about it. She gets to hear it from a classmate that they live together. So I think open conversation, having, openness, being free to talking with her. That's the question.
Okay. So you may want to ask, this is a 4-year-old you are talking about. Number one is personality. You know, children are different, right? They are different from one another. They want to understand the kind of personality your child have. So that will help you to know the kind of person he is. I mean, there are children that are actually talkative, while there are people that are just silent. That is their nature. That is just them, right? That is number one.
Yeah, I think
Number
that's
two, you
what she's
want
trying to say now. She's trying. She knows it's a quiet boy, but I said that he's not free. So, like
oh,
you said, it's nature. It's quiet in nature.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Then number two is you want to ask yourself, has anything happened and you overreacted?
Yeah.
You get, because
Yeah.
when we overreact, when children do something and we overreact, then it creates another how it creates another, if it is in psychology, they call it neural pathways. It creates another neural pathway for them. Like, it makes them feel like you are not someone who they can be open to, or someone you are not
Mhm.
someone who can handle what is going on, in as much as he's still small to put words around whatever he's feeling. So you want to ask yourself,
Yeah.
what have I done before now that could make that child behave like that? Then another thing that is also important, which is the assignment I gave us, mhm, you want to call that child and keep assuring and keep reassuring that child that you are always there for them. That
Relatable.
mommy will fight
You're
and nail
expensive.
anybody who ever make them. Let them have that confidence that you got them, and you are always with them no matter what. You get, because sometimes it's, most of the time it's fear. You get, even
Mm.
when you see a child lying, most of the time it's fear. It's fear. So you want to assure and keep reassuring that child that you are with them. And when it will even tell you that now a quiet boy is basically a melancholy or phlegmatic, which are people that are very, very into themselves.
Mm.
When you have
Yeah.
a melancholy or phlegmatic as a friend, oh God, it's a lot of work to assess them. But if they eventually trust you, you got them for life.
Mm.
You
That's
get.
true.
So
Yeah.
when this child is quiet, if he's a quiet boy, then you have to know that the the way you handle your siblings that are always, maybe they are, those ones are not quiet, shouldn't be the way you handle him. You shouldn't be the way you handle him, because he's very sensitive person. I have someone
Yeah.
like that at home here. Yeah. He's very sensitive. So you want to cross check and cross double check and before you react. So when he or she does something, if you are used to react, you want to start holding yourself back
Mm.
and then decide to talk through instead of allowing your emotion to take lead. So I think I've
Mm.
answered that question.
Yeah, you have. Thank you so much. So, in 1 minute, can you kindly share with us what you do with the father girls, the father talk? What do you do? Let's know.
Okay.
How can
Hmm.
parents register? How can parents be part of what you do? Because I'm sure a lot of parents here want to hear more. They want to know more. Just
Okay. So just like the intro said, um, by the privilege of the mercy of God, I'm the founder of the Fathered Girl Foundation, and what we basically do is helping young ladies and women who grew up without father involvement. And this is birthed from my personal experience and the way that God has
mm,
helped me so far. So, and we don't just focus on young girls and ladies, we also help fathers who are willing to do it differently to build that connection with their growing up children, especially
Mm.
girls, their growing up girls, because men stand as identity builders. They are the one God has, you know, embedded with the grace to showcase who he is as a father.
Mm.
And when a father
Exactly.
fails in that ministry, it affects every areas of a child's life. You get,
True.
so we want to help fathers who want to do it differently to do it differently. We're also helping young ladies and women who have gone
Okay.
through
You want to take water?
father
Do you
parts.
want to take water?
All right. So yeah, my mother is
Please.
finished. So
Oh, okay.
another one is we also work with teenagers to build a healthy self-esteem and confidence. All right. So, but that one is under the nurturer's home. So for the fathered girl, this is what we do. And in case you are living around Festac, Mine 2, Ablado, Ikeja and other parts of Lagos around, we are hosting a father and daughter event coming up this
Mm.
October 10th. So it's a father and daughter event. So,
Okay.
and the
So
theme is
when
the father
when is
and the daughter
approaching, you share
identity.
the flyer, we know we can check in our
Sorry?
community. When it's approaching, kindly let us know so that we can share the flyer. I just hope it doesn't fall on the same
Okay.
date that our conference. Our conference is 13th of
I,
October.
I can't hear you
I
well.
hope it
Thanks.
doesn't. Thank you so much for sharing. I
I
want to
can't
give
hear you.
honestly. Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you.
Hear me? Can you hear,
It's breaking. It's breaking.
can you hear me? Okay now. I'm really saying it's breaking. Is it breaking? Is it fine?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I don't know. Thank you. I was just trying to say thank you to her and asking our audience to kindly follow her. Um, please apologies. I get the network is doing its own. But thank you so much to all our audience and thank you to our guest, Esther Moloko. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you. We are super, super grateful to have you here tonight and we'll not take your time with us for granted. And we look forward to having the details about your programs, all that you do with the Nurturers Hub and the Fathered Girls Foundation. Seeing that is from a personal experience, I'm sure it's something that is, very, very, very like a call. So I can imagine, something that is one's call. You do it with all of your being. It's highly revelational for you than entertaining. And please do not fail to share with me when you have any of your outreach programs and all of that. So I was saying before the network took a toll of my end that I just hope the date in October doesn't fall with our own date of our conference. Our conference is 17th of October. But anyways, for all our audience in Lagos,
Mine
please
is
and to
10th.
look out for
It's 10th
what
of
she's
October.
doing with her. 10th of October. Oh, 10th. It's well. Don't worry,
Yeah,
we'll talk.
that's it.
All right. So all our audience, please do us do me a favor. What we do in Female Ministers, even we appreciate our guests a lot. So please go to our social media handles, our pages and all. Esther Moloko on Facebook and Instagram. Please find her and share our gratitude to her and tell her we are super duper grateful having her. Please, you also share me the link to get your book also that you talked about so we can share in our community. Thank you so much for being here. Gratitude to your
Thank
family
you. Thank you.
and
Thank
to
you.
everybody out there ensuring that you're here. God
Thank
bless
you for
you.
having me.
Have a good night
Thank
rest. We pray that God lifts all that you are building and God gives you more wisdom in Jesus' name. Amen. All
you.
righty. Thank you
Amen.
so much, wonderful audience. We had to stretch tonight because of how sensitive this topic is and a waste of time for everyone that has been with us. And for we appreciate you all your love and support. All. We are grateful to you. And so we are going to be back here next week, Thursday, for another wonderful topic. Trust me, you will love it. And we are looking forward to having more of you and ensure that you keep sharing, supporting, and be part of all that we are doing in Female Ministers Heaven. Thank you so much. We are grateful, wonderful audience. Have a good night rest. God bless you. We love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. God bless you. Have a good night rest.